Hey guys, Nick Espinosa, your chief security fanatic here, and today we're going to be talking about technology and stress and psychology as well. Now, if you saw my video about a week ago Sunday or so, my previous Breaches of the Week video, I actually did a segment on the psychology that people go through, the stress that people go through as they go through data breaches. There's been studies that have been done to show that this is a very high anxiety, stressful situation. You've just lost your identity, or you've just lost money, or malicious hackers have locked you out of your data. That is a very stressful time. But what about the cybersecurity professionals and executives in your life that are running the corporations that are designed to keep you safe? The numbers are in, and they're kind of startling. Now, this research is coming from Osterman Research and a domain name vendor called Nominet. Now, here are some of the numbers about the cybersecurity professionals in your life. More than 60% of security professionals polled said they found malicious software had been added into their infrastructure for an unknown period of time. Another 9% said they weren't sure if they had missed everything. These things cause stress, and the numbers are just insane. 91% of chief information security officers reported moderate or high stress. Basically, the chief information security officer, or CISO, is that individual that runs security typically for your organization or corporation. 25% of CISOs said their job has affected their mental and physical health, and this is basically according to this survey. One of the biggest concerns they have is burning out top talent. Quite frankly, just being in the cybersecurity field myself and being a CISO for multiple different companies, which is one of those things I'm hired to do, we have a ton of things going on. There are compliances, new technologies, defensive technologies, assessments, not to mention the actual threats themselves that are coming in nonstop. And we are seeing that cybersecurity staff are stressed over and over and over as we are continuing to, watch the barn, look for threat, remediate threat, and everything else that is being piled on top of us. As hackers innovate, we are the ones that actually have to keep up with this. And by virtue of it, we are looking for ways to make sure that we are not burning out those people that are doing it. Hiring is a very big problem in the cybersecurity community, and a lot of companies are having problems finding qualified people. We've got individuals coming out of college and all of that, but finding good, experienced cybersecurity professionals oftentimes can be a very challenging thing for many cybersecurity companies. And when you add all of this up together, we have a lot of stress in our lives by virtue of our jobs. Every day I am reporting on some kind of threat, sometimes interesting technology, but every week, those breaches of the week, that's the stuff that we're called in for, myself included. I literally walk corporations and organizations through, data incidents and breach remediations. It's one of those things that we are hired to do, as are many cybersecurity professionals. And by virtue of that, the last thing we want to see is our top talent or our cybersecurity pros basically burning out because it's just too stressful. But hacking keeps rising. More information keeps getting lost. Malicious hackers keep extracting money out of us, and that's not necessarily a good thing overall, as I think most of us would agree. And so how do we deal with this? How do we combat this? Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is that recently a psychiatrist went to the RSA, convention, which I think just went on. I think it's over now. I missed it this year, not because of the coronavirus. I just had a scheduling conflict, and he was on stage talking about how we should be treating our cybersecurity professionals, what we can be doing. It's not just a matter of, go abuse alcohol or something like that. Although I'd love to see numbers, on stuff like that in our industry as well. But we really need to be taking care of ourselves because, quite frankly, we're that front line in the digital war against crime. And so I'm very curious to hear from my cybersecurity professionals on what they think about these numbers, the burnout possibly, and stress levels in our industry. And, basically as we attempt to defend the world, and that is my goal, I'm going to defend 100,000 networks on the planet before I retire. And I'm working on that actively every single day. what does that do to the other parts of my life? What stresses does that create or exacerbate in my life? And so I think it's something that we don't really think about, and mental health is not something that a lot of people want to, really talk about, or, they don't actually want to go, let's say, get help for fear of, let's say, looking weak or possibly losing their job or, whatever that is. And so I think it's a discussion we need to have, and I'm more than happy to help it. And maybe I'm sitting in a different position, just being who I am and what I do in our community, and I'm not working directly as an employee for a massive corporation. But if you've got something to say, I'd love to hear it, because I think it's an important topic and I don't think we really talk about it. And so that is your news/discussion of the day. Let me know. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at Nick AESP, probably both too stressful platforms, and hopefully on YouTube as well, which I think is a little less stressful. And as always, stay safe and stay online. Thanks, guys.